Justin Herbert signed a fat contract. Or we're going to talk about it and see how it affects quarterbacks in the future trying to get their new contracts. What is up, football fans? This is one of the videos where it doesn't pertain to the Miami Dolphins, but more an NFL video. I will be doing NFL videos throughout the season. Like I said, I'm going to be doing Sunday reviews, Sunday nights, probably around 11 o'clock. That'll come out where I just review the games and talk about the games on the Sunday. If news happens kind of like this or trades or that, I'm going to start incorporating to the channel, kind of expand a little bit, but this will always be Miami Dolphin channel. I got all the crap behind me, but I will be talking NFL content. And so behold, today was a big contract extension. So this also pertains to Tua Tagovailoa because it's something that he is looking at and probably keeping in mind. But Justin Herbert got a fat contract extension. So he signed a 5-year, $262.5 million contract that is includes a no trade clause, $133.7 million fully guaranteed, and $193.7 million in injury guarantees. That makes Justin Herbert the highest paid quarterback position NFL player in the history of the NFL. Now, I'm going to give you my thoughts on that, and we're going to kind of talk about the quarterbacks and everything. Justin Herbert has fantastic talent. His arm strength, his mobility, his size, his toughness. Fantastic quarterback. He has some hurdles he has to get over, right? Because he has the stats. He has those ridiculous stats his rookie year, which is, it's nice to, tip your hat to and put hey, he's got these, but it hasn't equated to anything yet, right? You saw what happened in the playoffs last year, and you see how sometimes he struggles to get in the playoffs, and then sometimes he struggles in certain games, and, he'll still have those fourth quarter comebacks. He has a lot of those, but then other things happen, right? So you look at, here, I'll just minimize myself real quick. He is now the highest paid quarterback over Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, who also both just got new contracts, right? 51 million, and then Lamar gets his 52, and then of course Justin gets his by 500,000 more. But Aaron Rodgers, Russell Wilson, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Patrick Mahomes, who signed that ridiculous 10-year contract, is now down here, 8th with 45 million. And again, I'm going to get to that. Josh Allen, Dak Prescott, all of these guys are down here. And these are just contracts, all positions. The next biggest is Aaron Donald. That's not a quarterback. And then Tyreek Hill down here. But he's not going to get to that 30 million. Anyway, so with Justin Herbert, right, the thing that I've noticed is he needs to get over that hurdle, right? You are now getting paid the highest NFL player in the history of the sport. You need to win playoff games. Now there's no more, blame whatever you want. You're getting paid the highest of any NFL player in the history of the sport. You need to win a playoff game, right? You need to take that next step. You need to show you're worth the $52.5 million a year contract. Because you're now overtaking Lamar Jackson, who won a league MVP, Jalen Hurts, who's been to the Super Bowl, Aaron Rodgers, back-to-back league MVPs, and Super Bowl.
Honda Accord. Look what Sonata has.
And Super Bowl MVP, Russell Wilson, Super Bowl MVP, Patrick Mahomes, 2-time Super Bowl MVP. So you know what I'm saying? Like, you have now exceeded them with your contract. You got to play. You got, And then the other thing you got to think about, now that he's making this fat money, and again, we don't know the particulars of it. We don't know how much he's getting in a certain year, because he's still going to be on that rookie deal this year, but then he's going to get the money next year and so on. We don't know the particulars there, but once he starts to get his money and once he starts to make around $50 million a year, all of a sudden, like Austin Eckler's probably sitting back looking at this going, I guess I'm not getting paid. Like, you got to start drafting his weapons because they're not going to be able to afford to pay his weapons. And then he needs to be that guy. He needs, which he's shown he has potential to be that guy, but he needs to be that guy. There can't be any more excuses for Justin Herbert, if you get what I'm saying. There can't be any more oh, he doesn't have the weapons. Keenan Allen was injured for a certain amount of time. Mike Williams was injured for a certain amount of time. His offensive line, look at his head coach, look at his offensive coordinator. They all suck. There can't be that if you're making the most in the NFL, because Patrick Mahomes is a prime example of that. Tyreek Hill's gone, Juju's gone, all of his receivers start going, his running backs start going, and he's still winning championships because he's that guy. He's showing he's worth that contract. He's showing that he's that type of quarterback that it doesn't matter who's around him, he's going to win. Peyton Manning did it, Tom Brady did it, Drew Brees did it, all of these guys did it, and now that Justin Herbert is getting that contract, he's got to show that he can do it too, because once that contract kicks in, they're not going to be able to pay a lot of people, and he's going to have to show he can carry this team because he hasn't won a playoff game yet. But I will say this, good for him. Again, I gave him his praise, talked about his athleticism, talked about his arm strength, his rookie numbers, all that good stuff. But this is big, and now going into the part that I want to talk about, this is... the running backs are sitting back looking at this, right? And quarterback is the guy who has the ball the most. He is the most important player on the team. He's the one that they win or lose because of. He's the guy who makes sure everyone gets the ball, everyone does their things. He's important. But God, $52.5 million a year? How are you going to pay any other positions? Because you look at Tua Tagovailoa, right? Tua Tagovailoa is getting what, $20 million. He's getting paid $20 million next year. And you see Justin Herbert, Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Aaron Rodgers. You see these guys getting $50 million. And Tua's going to get $20 million next year. Now that you sit back and look at it, you're like, that fifth-year option isn't actually a bad idea, especially if he balls out this year. If he can stay healthy and continue that progress that he was, on, the Dolphins made a smart move by putting that fifth-year option on him, but then you got to pay him. And now all of a sudden, is he going to be that guy who wants to be the best? Is he going to be that guy who wants to be the highest paid quarterback? Hey, I did this, and that. I want $53 million a year. Because Joe Burrow is about to say, Justin Herbert got he got paid the most by any NFL player in league history. And he has not won a playoff game. And he's been to the playoffs once in 3 years. Me, on the other hand, my second year, we went to the Super Bowl. My third year, we went to the AFC Championship game. I deserve much more than Justin Herbert. That's what he's going to say. And he's going to probably want like $54 million. They'll probably be like, look, we'll give you $53 million. Well, they gave Justin $500,000 more than Lamar. We'll give you $500,000 more than Justin. But he's going to want to get paid. And it's just going to keep on going up. At some point, a team's got to be like, look, we're paying you 50% of the team's roster. I think Justin Herbert might be getting paid like a third. Like, it's these top three guys. Like, Jalen Hurts' contract, though, is a very smart contract. He's getting $6 million. Let me show you Justin Herbert's contract. It's a smart contract by the Eagles. He's got his $6 million this year from his rookie contract. Then he's getting 13, 21, 31, 45, 54. He's not getting anywhere near that ridiculous number until 2027, and they'll probably just restructure his contract. There is no outs, though, if you noticed. Like, say they wanted to cut, say he like fell apart and they wanted to cut him here, you eat and cat. Unless it's a post June 1st, you eat and cat. It's like there's a lot of guarantee there. Even here, you got $1 million savings, so you can move on, but you're not saving much. But it was smart because he don't see that $50 million that he's going to be roughly getting until 2027. So that's smart. Let me see Lamar's. See, Lamar's is different. He's getting 22 million this year. He's getting 32. So all of a sudden he's getting his money. And then once he hits 70, they can move on from him and save 16 million. But you're still paying $57 million to him. But again, with Justin Herbert, we don't know the contract numbers. They haven't come out yet. So he's only going to get paid $8 million this year. But we don't know how long, the spread out of that $262 million with 133 guaranteed at signing, 193.7 total. Jeez. Oh my God! Base salary of $1 million and a roster bonus of $3 million will carry a cap hit of $8 million. That's this year. He's getting paid, but that's gonna, like I said, a lot of these guys that are up for contracts, Tua and Joe Burrow and all these guys are gonna be looking like, look how much he's getting paid. I deserve that money too. And then you're going to look at these rookies coming up. If Young does really well and all these guys start doing well, all of a sudden people are going to be like, I deserve that money too. Like Geno Smith is getting $25 million. Bryce Young, Trevor Lawrence, if he continues on the trajectory he's going on, he's going to want to have that money. Bryce Young, CJ Stroud, Anthony Richards, if these guys, play, they're going to want that money. Justin Fields, if he continues to, play at a high level. Kenny Pickett, like all of these young guys are now looking. Is that going to keep going, or is at some point these NFL, owners are going to be like, all right. We're not going to be paying you $100 million a year. That's just ridiculous. How are we going to put a team around you? This is going to get interesting. And, I wanted to talk about this. Some of you guys and some of you guys on Twitter were like, you going to talk about this? And I was like, meh. But then I was like, you know what? I should talk about the NFL when things like this happen. And this does affect the Miami Dolphins, and this does affect the NFL because it's just going to keep going up and up and up. But good for Justin Herbert, right? Regardless of how you feel about him, that man got his money. Some people think that the Chargers jumped the gun a little bit, gave him too much money without him really proving to earn it. Some people think that his rookie year, he proved he earned it, and doing the things on the field with little he had, he earned it. I'm the one that thinks he's got to win a playoff game, right? You now have this contract. The pressure's on. You got to win a playoff game. You cannot all of a sudden crumble under the pressure of, I'm the highest paid NFL player in the history of the league. You got to win a playoff game this year. Just like Tua needs to stay healthy and win a playoff game, Justin Herbert, you need to win a playoff game. You got there and you got blown out in the second half. You got to win a playoff game. You're going to get paid like you are the guy. You're going to get paid like you are carrying the team. No more excuses. No more, so-and-so was injured. The offensive line is... No. You're getting paid higher than quarterbacks who have produced with less. It's going to be interesting. Comment below. What's your thoughts on Justin Herbert's new contract? What's your thoughts on the trajectory of these quarterback contracts? What's your thoughts on Joe Burrow? What do you think he's going to get? Tua, if he balls out, do you think he's going to get anywhere near this? Comment below. What do you think about all that? And I'll see you guys tomorrow, first day of training camp for the Miami Dolphins. But like usual, stay classy. It ends up.